Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hogan Park for today's 3-4 opening round baseball game between the South Kitsap Wolves and the Kentridge Chargers. Before we introduce the two teams, first today's umpire crew. Behind the plate, we have Courtney Truitt. In the field, we have Noah Fahey and Nate Gallagher. Now for the starting lineup. First for the visiting Wolves, as announced by head coach Nick Henwick. Leading off and playing right field, number 9, Carson Courier. Batting second, left field, number 11, Thomas Fry. Batting third, at shortstop, number 8, Santiago Herrera. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Dominic Captor. Hitting fifth, the DH, number 14, Brady Walker. Batting sixth, at third base, number 6, Mason Williams. Hitting seventh, at second base, number 5, Nolan Banks. Batting eighth, at first base, number 24, Anthony Flashy. And batting ninth, at catcher, number 16, Coy Castro. On the mound for South Kitsap is Brady Walker. Oh, sorry. Brady Gallery. And now for the starting lineup for the home team Chargers, as announced by head coach Sheldon Stevenson. Leading off and playing first base, number 6, Ethan Sugimoto. Second at shortstop, number 12, Owen Finlayson. Hitting third at catcher, number 13, Tegan O'Brien. Batting cleanup in left field, number 3, Manny Harris. Hitting fifth at second base, number 15, Josh Lewis. Batting third at third base, number 11, Levi Dawkins. Hitting seventh in center field, number 2, Brennan Malbaton. And the DH, number 10, Landon Todd. Number 16, Tony Nazarino. National anthem. Now, for those that are able to, please stand and remove your hats for the national anthem, which will be performed by Jeff Humphrey.
Good evening and welcome to this playoff matchup between the South Kitsap Wolves and the Kentridge Chargers from Hogan Park. I'm Russ Bass.
And I'm Zach Anderson. Thank you for joining us tonight for what should be a very exciting, hard-fought game with a lot going on the line.
Both teams have worked very hard to get here. With the playoffs underway, every pitch and every play will matter.
The weather's just right and we are moments away from the first pitch.
We'll be bringing you full coverage and commentary as the game unfolds. All right, and as we get started here, Carson Puryear will step into the box with Nazareno pitching. And the first pitch of this playoff game is on the way, and it's a swinging strike one to Puryear. The 0-1 is up high, called ball. And the 1-1 on the way is fouled off way back into the bushes.
Carson's batting a good .417 on the year, and that's really what the Wolves need leading off here.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed. The 1-2 apology, strike three.
Blew it straight by him. Now here's the speedy outfielder, Tommy Fry. He's batting .411 on the year. .271 on the year.
The pitch from Nazareno on the way. Just low for ball one.
Good spot. Tried to get him with the off speed straight off for the first pitch of the at bat.
That one is ripped up the middle. That's going to be in there for a single. Right in there for Tommy Fry. And the Wolves have their first hit of this ball game. That's going to be Santiago Herrera.
He's batting .411 on the year, leading the team in doubles.
The pickoff attempt to first is not going to work out. He's safe. First pitch again. Dropped down in there for called strike one.
Santi didn't like it. It was a little bit up, but we're early in the game. We can get those calls.
Nazareno looks to first. Fry leading off. The pickoff attempt, again, not going to work. With one out, another pickoff attempt. Safe again.
Santi has 16 RBIs this year, and that's really what you'll get from a good three-hole hitter or a cleanup hitter.
The 0-1. Dropped in again. Strike two call.
Now Santi's going to need to hit the pitcher's pitch right here. It's not going to be a good one for him.
Fry leading off at first. The delivery. Popped up, out to right. It's caught. And Fry trying to get back, and he will.
2 quick outs for the Wolves, and now Dom Capter's up.
With 2 outs here, Capter going to be looking to keep this inning alive, getting something going here for the Wolves. Winds up and delivers. Off speed just up high. Ball one. Fry still on first, leading off. Winds up and there goes Fry. And it's an inside ball two, and Fry will be safe at second with the stolen base.
No throw there for trying to get Tommy Fry out. He's very, very good speed. And now the Wolves have a runner in scoring position for Dominic Capter.
Nazareno gives us 2-0. Call to ball three.
Amazing eye by Capter. Now it's 3-0, and he's going to get a really good, really bad pitch here. I doubt the pitcher comes to him, and even if he does, Capter's not going to be swinging.
Yeah, fans did not like that call here. The 3-0. Called strike one up high.
In 3-0 count, especially this early in the game, you're never really going to see a hitter swinging. Trying to rack up the pitcher's count and get on base if you can. The 3-1.
That one's popped up. Still in fair territory. First baseman gets under it and will make the catch for the third out of the inning. One hit for the Wolves, and we'll be back for the bottom of the first. Welcome back to this matchup between Kentridge and your Wolves. Brody Gadberry on the mound for the Wolves today.
He's had a great season so far. He just pitched a game at Graham Kapowson, 6 1/3 inning, getting the Wolves a very, very important win for playoffs.
And Ethan Sugimoto will step in here for the Chargers. The first pitch, low, outside for ball one. The 1-0 from Gadberry is low and outside. 2-0.
Sugimoto will most likely get a really good pitch to hit right here, down 2-0, or up 2-0.
Pitch from Gadberry. Right down the middle. It's popped up, foul.
Out of play.
And out of play off to our left. In case you are curious, we will try to give you coverage of fair outfield hits. We definitely could not have reached that one, as Gadberry finds himself in a 2-1 predicament. The pitch, right down the middle and ripped out to left field, and it will be caught on the fly.
Tommy Fry makes the catch. Quick one out for the Wolves.
And that will bring up Owen Finlayson. A decently quick first out here in the bottom of the first inning. As he goes into his delivery to Finlayson, who will run it out pretty deep to center field.
Captor camping under, and he will catch it for the second out.
And a quick 2 outs here for the Wolves.
5 pitches, 2 outs. Brody Gadberry is definitely doing his job on the mound right now.
And stepping in is Tegan O'Brien. Two outs for Brody Gadberry. That one is hit on the ground out to Herrera, who will get it over to Flashy for the third out, and we will go to the second.
Quick 6-pitch inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Great job for the Wolves.
Welcome back for the start of the second inning. It'll be Brady Wofford in for the Wolves. And Coney Nazareno back on the mound for the Chargers. First pitch is way up high. It'll be ball 1. Nazareno in his windup. Swung on for strike 1.
Wofford chased the high pitch, way late on it too.
Just a great high fastball there by Nazareno, as he now delivers the 1-1. Low, bouncing in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brady Wofford. The 2-1 is outside for ball 3. And Brady Wofford in a great situation here.
Great hitters count here. The pitcher's looking to not walk him and also not give him something to crush over the fence, so probably get a good pitch to hit.
And that pitch is going to be a fastball down low, and Wofford is on base with a walk to start the inning. And now Mason Williams will step in to hit. Wofford leading off at first. Nazareno makes a pickoff move, and he's just barely called safe.
I'm not even sure that Wofford got in there. That was a close one. If he was down diving, it would have been all day safe, but can't test your luck like that.
A calm walk back to first. Pitch down to Williams is up high for ball 1.
And Brady's not really a huge speed guy. He's not going to get you a ton of stolen bases, but he'll get you all the base hits you need.
And now a mound visit for Nazareno.
Let's go 1-6.
As Nazareno looks to be recovered from that mound visit. 1-0 to Mason Williams. A pickoff move to first, and it's dropped. He will be safe. I feel he might have been out on the tag there if he didn't drop the ball.
Yeah, Wofford's getting a pretty gritty lead at first, especially for a dude who's probably not going to be in motion.
Gets ready with the steps again. The delivery. Swung on, strike one.
Way late now. Now Mason's at a 1-1 count.
Wofford leading up first again. A decent lead. Picks off again, and he's called safe again. Another possible questionable call at first.
You know, we can't really see the tag from this angle, and if Wofford's getting in there every time, maybe the aggressive lead is the right way to take this. Especially with a good secondary, ball in motion is going to get him to third base of the outfield.
Bunt attempt. He pulls back in time.
Ooh.
Oh, they do call it a strike as they look down for the check.
Field umpire says he went.
So it will be a 2-1 count. Yeah, I will tell you some of those tags, or 1-2 count, my apologies. I will tell you those tags look awfully close at first. And another pickoff attempt, and he will be called out this time around. Wofford is sent back to the dugout for out number 1. And now Williams with no one on base. 1-2 pitch from Nazareno with nobody to worry about on base. Way up high. And it is 2-2.
The pitch must have slipped out of his hand, but it's also not a bad thing. Now it's going to mess up Mason's eyes. He's going to be focusing on the high pitch, and a curveball alone, the dirt could get him right here. Here's the 2-2 on the way.
Popped up high, foul territory towards the dugout. And it will be caught in foul territory for out number 2. Sugimoto with a great catch there in foul territory. Right against the fence, I will tell you.
Now the fast to the plate with 2 away.
Nazareno delivers. That one is first popped up high. Again, Sugimoto chasing after it. Sugimoto, I apologize. And it's caught instead by the right fielder.
Lopez makes the catch to put the Wolves away here. 3 quick outs after Wofford gets picked off at first and 2 pop-ups.
Great save by Donovan Lopez to get this inning over with quick. And we move on to the bottom of the second. Still tied at 0. Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning. Manny Harris stepping in for the Chargers.
Good throw down to second from Coy Castro. And we're ready to get right back into action.
Gadbury with a easy 6-pitch first inning. We'll see how this one comes out for him.
Started off a little slow, threw a few balls, running the strike zone right after that.
Josh Fleck on deck. Gadbury's first pitch of the inning is a low swinging strike. Got him with an off speed.
Little generous swing there. Probably would have missed the strike zone, but Gadbury will take what he can get.
Harris ready and swings again. 0-2 to Gadbury. From Gadbury. The 0-2. Fouled off softly towards the Wolves dugout. Fourth pitch of this AB coming. The delivery from Gadberry. Just outside.
Great spot for Gadberry, looking to get him chasing outside.
So we see a 1-2 count to Manny Harris. That one's up high. We see ourselves 2-2 now. Gadberry delivers. Swinging strike 3. And that will be the first strikeout of this inning, for the first out of this inning. And that will bring up Josh Dweck. Dweck stepping in. Sees strike 1 down the middle. Yeah, 1 hit softly but foul off the third base side.
So Gadberry will get up 0-2 once again. Love to see that efficient pitching. Low pitch count, high strike count. And now here's the 0-2 on the way from Gadberry.
Just low and outside. 1-2. Dweck steps back in. Gadberry staring him down, delivers. That one's hit softly up the middle. Grabbed by Herrera, over to Flashy, but it's overthrown. And Dweck will be safe at first on an error from Santiago Herrera. And it will be ruled an E6 to Herrera as Levi Baca steps in. And a quick pickoff. He's safe. The throw just a bit high.
If that was any lower, then there would have been another out for the Wolves.
But Baca steps in for his first pitch of this at-bat. Gadberry delivers it, and it's a swinging strike 1 down the middle. He saw his pitch there. Dweck leading off at first as Gadberry looks over. Delivers. High, just high. Called for ball 1.
Good spot there from Gadberry.
Baca's 1-1 is hit off to the left side, and it will be through for a 1-out single for the Chargers. Right in between Williams and Herrera. And there is a runner in scoring position with another one on first for the Chargers, here with 1 out.
And you see Flashy playing and expecting a bunt over there to first base or third base, anything to move the runners over into scoring position.
And now Brendan Malapitan. Bunting does not show it. He pulls back.
Looked like it might have been in the zone, but just a little bit in.
Dweck leading off of second, Baca leading off of first. The 1-0 to Brendan Malapitan. Gadbury delivers. Up high, called strike one. And we sit in a 1-1 count here. Gadbury delivers. That one is ripped out to left field. It's going to go foul, but it is not going to be caught by Tommy Fry. It got just around him.
If Tommy can't get there in time, then it must be a pretty far foul ball. He has quite a bit of speed out in left field. The whole outfield in general does. Capter and Carson Purrier both have a lot of speed too.
That one about 5 feet inside the fence. Now Gadbury steps back on the mound with a 1-2 count. Looks to pick off, but doesn't. Delivers, and it's up high. A little chin music there from Malepiton. Here we sit 2-2. Time called by the batter. Gadbury delivers. Swung on, strike 3, 2 outs here. And that is Gadbury's second strikeout and his second strikeout of the inning.
He's thrown 24 pitches so far in this game. That's a pretty good pitch count, especially if he can get a quick out here in 4 or less pitches.
And now Landon Todd, sorry. Delivery way outside for ball 1. Gadbury sets. The 1-0 delivery. Swung on up the middle, and it just gets past Nolan Bain.
The throw from Castro coming in home.
It's to Castro, and it's not in time, and the Chargers take the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Landon Todd with an RBI single, which moves Baca up to second. And now Donovan Lopez will come in to hit. A rough break there for Gadbury. We'll see if that rattles him at all. The pitch to Lopez. Popped up foul our way. Behind the plate. Way over the fence. Lopez settles in for his 0-1. That one just above the zone, getting low.
Castro's looking for the back pick, but just couldn't get it in time. A great throw right on the money.
And a great called strike, too. A great job by Castro to keep that one in the zone while going for his pickoff. And it's going to be 0-2 to Lopez. Gadbury settles, delivers. That one's hit out to center field. Capture getting to it, and it will be caught.
No doubt about
this
that
inning.
1 run, 2 hits, 1 error with 2 runners left on base. Overall, a decent inning for the Wolves. Gadbury's pitch count is up to 28. The Chargers are up 1-0.
Flashy.
And after a great throwdown from O'Brien, Anthony Flashy will lead things off for the Wolves.
You know, this park is pretty good for pitching. Pretty deep out to the pole, 330 with 375 to center. Still hittable, but a great situation for pitchers. The pitch to Flashy is just foul off to the third base side. Nazareno coming in now with 26 pitches.
25 total pitches through 2 innings is pretty good.
Had to settle for a few hits last inning. The 0-1 to Flashy is popped up, high up. Baca looks for it in foul territory and will make the grab. Very nice grab there by Baca for 1 out. And now it'll be the catcher, bottom of the lineup, Coy Castro.
And Coy being at the bottom of the lineup is pretty good for the Wolves because it's not by any means him being one of the worst hitters on the team. It's him being one of the better hitters on the team with a lot of speed. So when he gets on base, Carson Prayer's there to knock him in.
First pitch is fouled back right into the netting for strike 1. Yeah, 1. Ooh, just barely in the zone, according to our home plate umpire.
That's a good pitcher's pitch right there. One hitter's not going to go chasing down on 1. But now that he's 0-2, he would have to. And here is the 0-2 on the way to Castro.
In the dirt, 1 and 2. Great looks for Castro here. Hopefully looking to get some contact on the ground. The 1-2 delivery from Nazareno is hit softly back to Nazareno, who will run it over to Sugimoto for the 2nd out as we flip back to the top of the lineup for Carson Puryear. Pitch was returned back to Nazareno.
And Carson gets quite a bit of base hits. I mean, clearly because he has the highest average on the team. But not only that, he gets lots of extra base hits, and he has 2 home runs on the year. Lots of speed coming from the leadoff hitter.
The pitch to him. Big off-speed pitch, just barely not called for a strike. That one was pretty close to the zone, I must say, as the 1-0 coming in from Nazareno is low. 2-0 to Carson Puryear, and this is a great situation for him to start in for this at-bat.
He should be able to find a really good pitch to hit and drive it into the gap.
And that one is hit straight down into the turf for a foul ball. Two 1 now to Carson Puryear. Is an off speed that hits him, and the Wolves have a runner on base with 2 outs here.
Now Tommy Fry coming up, lefty with a lot of speed.
Got himself on base last inning.
I bet if there were 0 or 1 outs, Tommy could be bunting right now for a base hit to put that runner in scoring position.
Yes, absolutely. Tommy Fry 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Puryear leading off at first. Up high. That one's going to be a pass ball, and Puryear will make it easily to second base. O'Brien just could not get a hold of it. But way up high off his glove.
Now Tommy has that runner in scoring position, and Carson is a pretty fast runner, especially one you want here to tie the game. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Fry.
In there, strike 1 call. High outside corner of the zone. With a 1-1, Carson Puryear leads off of second. Hit softly by Fry, who will be racing to first. Will he beat Nazareno? No, he will not. And this inning will end.
The Wolves get no runs no hits, 1 runner left on base, and the pitch count for Nazareno is 38.
We will be back for the bottom of the third. Welcome back to the bottom of the third.
Chargers.
Sugimoto.
Chargers have top of the order here with a 1-0 lead.
Gadbury back on the mound with his 1 earned run. As it is 1-0 Chargers. The first pitch to Sugimoto is hit just foul. That one just inside. Apologies there. It was not an earned run because the run did make it through on an error.
Good pitch right there from Gadbury, but it's going to be called a ball.
That one, he turns, but it is going to be called a strike. Sugimoto settles in. That one hit deep out to left field. Running back and chasing, caught on the warning track by Tommy Fry. I'm telling you, these heat fields are a great pitcher park.
A little bit more wind pushing that out, and that ball was probably gone. Gadbury would have needed a new one.
Tommy was about a foot off the fence on the warning track. That will bring in Owen Finlayson.
And the Chargers here have a 1-0 lead, so they're going to look to pad some more runs on top for insurance.
Gadbury settling in. The delivery. Just up high for strike 1 call. The 0-1. It's behind Castro. Gadbury having a rather great outing tonight, as he gives his 2-0, which we fouled off. It was 1-1, sorry.
Now Gadbury's ahead 1-2, so he's going to look to put him away for the second out.
Pitch low, and it's going to be a 2-2 count. Finlayson going to be looking for his pitch here. Gadbury delivers, and he did find his pitch, but that one is popped out to right field short. Calling off is Puryear, and he will make the sliding catch out in right field.
Pretty shallow fly ball. That could have been caught by either Bain or Puryear, but with the late communication coming in sliding.
But a great attempt and a great catch from Puryear to get the second out of this inning. And that will bring up Tegan O'Brien. 0 for 1. The pitch from Gadbury. Off speed, just in the zone inside, called strike 1. Very close pitch there. Gadbury the 0-1. Low, Castro with a framing attempt, but it does not appeal to the home plate umpire.
Those low and away calls are not getting called for either team right now. Very consistent umpire strike zone.
The 1-1. Right in the zone for Gadbury. It is a 1-2 count to O'Brien.
Gadbury's been very efficient. 41 pitches on the night. And he is 2 2/3 innings in.
The 1-1. Out to second base where Nolan Bain will be there. There's a catch for the third out of the inning.
Does not even need to move his feet. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Gadbury's pitch count is 42, and we still have a 1-0 ball game. And we are back into the action for the 4th inning of this playoff game. Santiago Herrera is going to lead things off in a 1-0 ball game. Nazareno got 3 innings on only 38 pitches. And his 39th is up for a ball.
That 1-0 lead favoring the Chargers in this 4th inning of this game. The 1-0. Just out of the zone. We go to a 2-0 count. Herrera settles in, swings. That one's high up our way, and it's going to go foul. Just behind us, actually.
And that ball is directly behind us. If we turned around the camera, it would be easily viewable.
About a foot to our left and directly below us. The 2-1 to Santiago Herrera. Fouls that one to the backstop. The 2-2 to Herrera. Swings, gets it out to right field where it will drop down for a lead-off single for the Wolves.
Line drive base hit for Herrera. And that will bring his average even higher, over 400.
Tom Capper stepping in here. So for 1 on the day. Herrera leading off at first. It's a pickoff attempt from Nazareno.
Not even close. No tag attempt. Santi was in there all day.
Herrera back getting off at first. Nazareno picks off again, and Herrera will still be safe.
This time he swipes a tag, but it was not a close one once more.
No pitches yet to capture. Or not capture. That one is ripped. Foul left field. And we will find ourselves the 0-1 count to start this at bat. That ball was launched off the bat. Herrera taking some steps off of first again. Nazareno doesn't worry about it. Pitches to capture, who will foul it off left field again. Herrera's chasing after it and will not make the catch. And 0-2 quickly to Dominic Kepler. A great day for baseball here. A little windy, but a nice 62 degrees out here in Kent, Washington. Dominic Kepler stepping back in the box with an 0-2 count. Another pickoff attempt, but he will be safe again.
Once again, no tag attempt because Santi was in there all day. Which says something. That's kind of telling him he needs to get a bigger lead. Now he's jumping in motion, fouled straight back by captor, and he stays 0-2.
Herrera sent back to first base.
Another
still. That one is just outside. He's at 1-2. Herrera getting another lead off of first base. Nazareno goes to pick off, and again, Herrera will be safe. Plenty of pickoff attempts here for Nazareno in this at-bat, as he will deliver. And that one is hit out to left center field, and it will be caught by the center fielder, Malapitan.
And Santi Herrera will hustle back to first base.
One out here in this inning for Brady Wofford as he walks up.
Wofford is DHing for Gadberry, letting the pitcher rest and get his time on the bench with less pressure on him so he doesn't have to worry about hitting.
He walked his last at-bat, so he's 0 for 0 on the day. Herrera takes his steps, and that one is just below the zone and not called, and it will be ball one. And another pickoff to Herrera, where he will be safe again at first base. Nazareno does not like Herrera being on base with him pitching on the mound. He goes, swing and a miss, and up to second base. Herrera will be
Safe into second base. Great jump by Herrera, and I could see why the pitcher was trying to get that pickoff.
And that will make it 1-1 to Brady Wofford. A high swing and a miss. But Herrera is in at second.
Nazareno has 50 pitches on the night, and he's with a 1-1 count to Wofford. Swung on and missed. Wofford falls 0-2. 1-2.
One, two. Just low. 2-2. Herrera leading off of second. Lueck just by it next to him, and that will be fouled off by Wofford. And we remain 2-2.
Coach Kenyon makes a play and fires it straight back to the pitcher.
Nazareno sets. The 2-2 to Brady Wofford is up high, and he has a full count. The first full count we've seen today, as a matter of fact. Carrera leading off second. The pitch fouled off to the backstop, and we still stay in a full count.
Wofford's done a great job running up the pitch count. Fouled off quite a few two-strike pitches here.
Running up Nazareno's pitch count. Left backs off. Second, and that will be low. And the Wolves have runners on first and second with Wofford's walk.
The sophomore walks once again today. It's his second walk of the game. He's still 0 for 0.
And that will bring up Mason Williams here.
Now, Mason Williams is here, and he's a pretty good bunter, so I would not be surprised to see a sacrifice bunt laid down to put their runners in scoring position for Nolan Bain.
One out. It seems like a great situation to be in here for Williams. Nazareno delivers. And that's going to be a called strike one inside. That one is going to be in the dirt, and we're 1-1.
We got Tracy.
The 1-1 pitch is also going to be in the dirt.
Mason quickly gets ahead 2-1. Runner in score position here and a runner on first base with only one away here in the fourth inning.
Dugout is loving this. That one hit softly. Out to Finlayson, who will run it over to first.
And he beat out the throw. Great hustle by Mason Williams to load up the bases. It looked like the shortstop could have got the out at third base there. They had the force in motion, in effect.
And now Nolan Bain with the bases loaded for the Wolves.
Best case scenario, no one can get a base hit in the gaps, but we would take a fly ball to the outfield so Santi can tag up.
He sets, and it's fouled off back. Nazareno looking to set down any possibility of runs here for the Wolves.
He's over 60 pitches so far.
He sets for the 0-1. In. It will be 1-1 to Nolan Bain. The 1-1 is fouled off again to the backstop. Herrera on third, Wofford on second, and Williams on first here for Nolan Bain. A 1-2 count for Nolan Bain. Nazareno winds up to deliver. And it's outside for ball 2.
Nazareno's up to 64 pitches, which is still pretty efficient, especially here in the fourth inning. There's one away here. Nazareno's wind up in the 2-2.
He checks his swing, and he goes around, and Nolan Bain is retired for the second out of this inning. He tried to hold back, but could not get himself around.
Looks like Caden Jones is going to pinch hit for Flashy here.
Great to see him in today. Caden Jones pinch hitting with the bases loaded.
Lots of pressure they put on him here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He gets pinch hit into a lot of these scenarios.
As he sets into his box.
Tying run on third base to go ahead on second, and Wofford gets a big lead. Here's the windup and the pitch to Jones.
Big swing and a miss from Jones. He was looking to hit that ball far.
Not that far off, just a little bit. His swing was a little bit under it, but timing was pretty well.
A quick second pitch coming from Nazareno. And Jones will look. And it will be ball one. The 1-1. Watches that one go in the zone. 1 and 2 to Caden Jones.
And now Nazareno's ahead. Looks like he can get the Chargers out of this inning. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch to Jones.
Low, and the crowd is not happy with that one. Called ball 2.
Very, very questionable take from Jones.
And you can
Do
see
not
some
want
at
to
the
go
bottom
down
of our
looking.
frame. You can see some upset fans with that call. The 2-2 to Caden Jones from Nazareno. Swung on. It's out to right field. Lopez chasing. Will he get the catch? Yes, he will. And Nazareno keeps the Wolves at no runs. 1-0 Chargers at the end of the fourth. Or the middle of the fourth, my apologies.
Nazareno's pitch count is at 70 now. We will be back. And we are back with a 1-0 ball game. Chargers still have the lead. We now approach the 1 hour mark into this game, and we are moving quick, heading into the bottom of the fourth, just over halfway through into this baseball game.
And Team O'Brien steps in with Brody Gadberry in his 4th inning of his outing. The first delivery is just outside for ball 1.
Very tight strike zone today. But that is both sides. As you can see on the very edge of the screen, the pitching coach going to talk over to get Yashruti up and moving in the bullpen.
As that pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Yashruti would be a great relief pitcher here for the Wolves.
Submarine arm, and not many hitters are able to time that up and catch up to it.
O'Brien settles in for his 1-1. The pitch from Gadberry. Up high, called strike 2.
Gadberry, no earned runs today, and he's at 45 pitches.
The 1-2 to O'Brien. In the dirt. Gets by Castro. And the count sits at 2-2 for Gadberry. In nobody's favor. That one is swung on and missed. First strikeout of the inning, 3rd for Gadberry in this game.
Gadberry's been dominant on the mound. 1 runner reached on an error and came around to score. He's given up a few base hits, but nothing crazy at all. This has been a very well pitching matchup in this playoff game.
And that will bring up Manny Harris. For apologies, Josh Weck. As he will have a ball, and it'll be 1-0. That one swung on and ripped to the left field on the third base line.
Not a chance of catching that. It's going to be a line drive base hit. Tommy Fry brings it into the infield.
And Fleck will get on. Now Levi Baca.
His last at bat, he came right between Mason Williams and Santi Herrera, right through the 6-hole.
Fleck off of first, as that off-speed pitch will drop in for strike one.
Great location, and we have not been seeing much of those called as strikes tonight. The umpire usually calls a tighter zone than that.
But a great break for Gadberry.
Gadberry has 50 pitches tonight.
And a pick off to first. Great pick by Flashy. Great tag, but it will not be in time.
Go, Baca.
Fleck back off of first. Gadberry settles. The delivery, and it will be popped up
Deep out of play.
and the count moves to 0-2. Levi Baca looking for his second hit of this game. Pickoff attempt quickly, and it will not get anywhere close to being in time. We remain 0-2 here. Baca's number 11 looks to swing. Fleck runs, but he doesn't swing.
The
Call
throw from
strike,
Castro,
and the
and it looks
throw
like he got
is-
him. They call him
It
safe.
looked in time, but he is called safe. But a strike three called to Levi Baca.
Great throw for Castro. That would have been a strike him out and throw him out if he got that call.
And that would have been a great way to end this fourth inning.
Now batting in this fielder, number 2, Brendan Malbaton.
And now Brendan Malbaton as luckily off of second with a stolen base. The pitch fouled off to the backstop. Malbaton is 0 for 1 on the day. Gadberry sets. Goes into his motion. Low for ball one.
Gadberry falls to 1-1. Comes set. The stretch in the 1-1. Up and outside for ball two.
Two and one with 2 outs here in the bottom of this fourth inning. Gadberry delivers. That one's popped up, foul, and it's going to go out of play. Off the light pole, believe it or not. And we're on a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Leading off of second. The pitch is ripped out center, and it is going to be chased down and caught by Dominic Capper to end this inning.
Great catch on the run. Ball would have been deep into the gap. That could have scored a run for sure, especially with 2 outs, runners in motion. Good inning for the Wolves. Gadberry's up to 57 pitches, and we still have a 1-0 ball game heading into the 5th.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th of this win-or-go-home matchup between the Wolves and the Chargers. Coy Castro going to be settling in at the bottom of this lineup.
We still have a 1-0 ball game. Nazareno's first pitch, his 71st of the night. Pounding the zone, strike one.
That one is at the bottom of the zone. Any lower, I can almost guarantee you that is a called ball to Castro. Nazareno delivers, and that one is in the dirt. We are at a 1-1 count.
Overall, we've seen a very good zone tonight.
Castro 0 for 1. The pitch from Nazareno. Hit softly out to Weck.
Castro has
Who will throw
great
to
speed.
Sudimoto, and he will be out just narrowly.
Makes it a very close play.
A lot of speed from Castro, and that will bring back up the top of this batting order with Carson Puryear.
Number 9, Carson Puryear.
Carson batting over 400 on the year. Doing absolutely great for the Wolves.
His first pitch will be a high swinging strike.
Chase that one out of the zone.
Definitely sitting on a fastball there. Puryear 0 for 1 tonight. Swings low in the dirt.
Quick strike two.
He swung high and he swung low. Let's see where this 0-2 leads him.
Nazareno giving him no time. Swung on and missed strike three. I don't think Nazareno came to the zone once, but it worked for Carson Puryear.
And a quick 2 outs for the Wolves here. And that will bring in Tommy Fry. Tony Fry could be a great 2-out hitter here for the Wolves. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Nazareno winds up for his delivery, and it's low. Ball 1. A quick pitch for pitch number 2, and it's hit up high, out to left center, shallow left center.
Sky high, and it is
Harris
caught.
will set under it for the 3rd out in this quick top of the 5th inning.
Score is still 1-0. Nazareno's pitch count goes up to 78 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting, the DH, number 10,
And
Landon Todd.
Landon Todd going to get in here for the Chargers in the bottom of this 5th inning. Jordan Raschuti still warming up in the bullpen for the Wolves, ready for any need.
Coach Ridgway going down there to check up on him. Things go downhill for Gadberry. Looks like Jordan's going to get called in. Here's the 58th pitch of the night from Gadberry.
And it will be just outside for ball 1. As we said, plenty of very tight zone.
But as long as it stays consistent, there's no problem with that. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1.
In there at his knees. And we have a 1-1 count here to Larson, or to,
Todd.
Todd, yes. That one is down the left field line. And Todd is looking for 2 as he trips up on his own feet, and he is going to be in there safely with a lead-off double. That one was on a line to left field. Landon Todd gives the Chargers a lead-off hit.
The Chargers quickly get a run in scoring position. And we will get a mound visit from Coach Kenyon. Typically, the man out means the bullpen arm is ready.
And
Jordan doing his bullpen ritual, 3 straight fastballs, and it looks like he'll be coming into the game.
As he walks to the gate, and here comes Jordan Yashruti. A great night for Gadberry, but he will be back off to watch the rest of this game from his dugout. No earned runs, however, as he will see himself giving up 4 hits,
Leaving
with
a
4
runner
strikeouts.
Leaving a runner stranded on second gives him the opportunity to have an earned run, though. But hopefully Jordan can quickly get 3 outs here.
And while Yashruti warms up, we will be back with the 5th inning.
And as Yashruti gets set in after his warm-up pitches, I'd like to state that he hasn't had any runs given up in his last 10 appearances. He's almost an everyday pitcher for the Wolves. He'll come in and throw an inning or 2 and get the job done.
He did just throw a relief inning or 2 last week for the Wolves.
Flashing in, expecting a bunt.
That first pitch is going to be up high for ball 1 to Donovan Lopez. The 0-1 from Yashruti is low. It is going to be a quick 2-0 count to Donovan Lopez.
Jordan's struggling to find the zone here.
It's going to be a great count here for Donovan Lopez. I can almost guarantee you he will be looking for a pitch right there in the zone for him.
I'd imagine he won't even swing here, looking to get on base.
And there it is.
Does not swing, takes strike 1, and now Jordan's right back in it with a 3-1 count.
Hitter's count here for Lopez. Yashruti settles in with his arm. And he goes around, and it is also in that zone for strike 2. And a full count for Yashruti's first pitcher.
Umpire called it a swinging strike. Didn't look like he swung, but the ball was in the zone regardless.
Yashruti with his submarine arm and a full count. Gives the delivery. And it's going to be inside.
Great spot.
A great pitch for a 2-4. Unfortunately, it is called in Lopez's favor. We go back to the top of the lineup with Egan Sugimoto.
Now here with runners on first and second, no outs. I'd imagine he's going to bunt, but I don't know with it being the top of the order.
Flash moving a bit in just a few steps. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, it looks like he won't bunt. If they were at the bottom of the order or at least mid of the order, I guarantee you there'd be a sacrifice bunt coming down.
Sugimoto settles in. The 0-1 pitch. Just outside. Very close call there. And it will bring this count to 1-1.
Barely misses the zone.
Hey, sit on 1-6. Sit on 1.
Another outside pitch. Bring this count to 2-1. Another pitch just outside of the zone.
Yeah,
That'll
sure.
bring this count to 3-1.
Barely missing. And the Chargers team isn't too aggressive. They're letting the pitch count climb up, but those are very questionable takes.
And Del Fierro leading off second has a walk for Sugimoto. That will bring up Owen Finlayson. And now the base is loaded here for the Chargers with Del Fierro on third, Lopez on second, and now Sugimoto on first. After a quick mound visit for Yashudi, looks like Castro has spoken to his pitcher.
Looks like Brody Schessler's in the bullpen for the Wolves. Not quite for sure if that is him, but he's getting up and moving.
It is a very far sight for us as Rashudi settles back in for Owen Finlayson. That one hit soft, and it's foul as it rolls
off of his foot.
Very short hit that could have easily been a play at home had it not hit his foot. Finlayson, number 12, settles in, and the foul tip for strike 2. Rashidi gets ready with his delivery. The pitch is going to be hit softly. It's just foul. Another foul ball for Owen Finlayson.
Jordan up 0-2 here, looking for a strikeout pitch.
This is going to be it. This is Yashudi's 1 pitch that's going to be in for ball 1.
This is far outside.
Ball 1. My apologies. One from Yashudi to Finlayson. Up high call, strike 3. Sorry, that was strike 2. But fans are not liking this one here, Zach.
That was an amazing breaking ball for Yash Rudy. His fastball doesn't have too much speed, but throwing submarine, you're going to lose about 10 miles an hour at the minimum.
Finlayson arguing a bit on his way back to the dugout. Definitely did not feel that was a strike for him. But that will bring in Tegan O'Brien, 0 for 2 on the night.
But with 2 strikes on you, it's a little bit questionable to be taking any close pitch, especially with the bases loaded.
The delivery is outside for ball 1. Yashudi looking a little bit over the place. Ball is looking mostly up and outside. Early swing there.
Amazing for Yash Rudy.
Very much got O'Brien there, swinging very early, way out of his shoes. Be sure he steps off. And another quick mound visit between Castro and his pitcher. O'Brien preps to step back in now. pitch swung on, and a pick back to first is not going to be in time. Great choice there by Clay Castro.
Almost catching the runner sleeping, but he stayed on his toes and was barely able to get back in time.
Ice cream truck driving by as well, which is an interesting sight here in a cloudy day.
Not the warmest day for ice cream, but
1-2. Hit out and diving is Mason Williams, and one runner scores. Here comes Lopez, and he will score. And a play at third, where Figueroa will be safe, and the Chargers take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the fifth.
questionable call at third base, but barely got the runner in time. Now they're going to call for a courtesy runner.
Mason Williams was diving for that ball. He landed on third base. He nearly got it. Sent Tommy Fry running. And now Manny Harris will step in, 0 for 2 on the day. That will be a pinch hitter, which will be Matthias Lopez, the new catcher. Or sorry, courtesy runner. Pitch is going to be outside, and it's going to be a pass ball.
Runner will score with no throw.
Sugimoto in for the Chargers' 4th run of this ball game. And the Wolves are in a deficit here in the 5th.
The Chargers now have a 4-0 lead with only one away here in the 5th.
And that will also send Lopez to third. Manny Harris takes the ball outside again. 2-0 count. That will be a called strike 1. The winner of this ball game moves on to face the winner of Olympia versus Puyallup, also going on today, in another winner-go-home matchup, as that one is going to be fouled off to the first base side. A 2-1 count here.
And that Puyallup game does not go on until 7 o'clock tonight, but I can imagine that Puyallup is the favorite to win that. That's without a doubt. They're 23-0 on the year, ranked number 1 in the state of Washington, number 7 in the nation.
And Puyallup's been a star team for many years now.
They've won the SBSL for a few decades in a row, and led by Mason Pike, the OSU commit.
Another pitch is called strike 3, and Harris did not like that call. Was ready to walk on a full count. It did not go his way. And now Josh Weck will step back in.
Yeah, Shirley gets his 16th strikeout of the year.
That'll be his first of the day. Now Josh Weck, 1 and 2, make it 2 for 2 on a single on the first pitch, sending home Lopez. It is 5-0 Chargers. And now Levi Baca will come back. Kentridge Chargers very excited on their dugout.
Now a 5-run lead and 2 away here in the 5th.
Josh Weck with a very great for him 2 for 3 on the day. This will bring up Levi Baca 1 for 2. And a pickoff attempt by Schrudy. And Weck will be safe at first. Weck back off at first. Schrudy pitches. And a hit grounder foul. Great snag by the third base coach. And that will bring this to a 0-1 count to start the at-bat. Bashiri looks over to first. Delivers. Up high for ball one.
And Brody Schessler looks to be fully warm in the bullpen now. Tips his hat to Coach Kenyon, signaling.
Another pitch from Bashiri is outside and low for ball 3. 2-1 to Levi Baca. Loeck still leading off of first. And a pick from Coy Castro, which will not work out. Loeck is back safe at first, and we are in a 3-1 count. Levi Baca, I would imagine, be looking to swing this pitch.
Big lead on first. Would not be surprised on a steal, but it won't go.
Be outside and low, ball 4 for Levi Baca, sending Loeck to scoring position for Brendan Malopton.
Coach Kenyon calls time, and here comes Brody Schessler from the bullpen.
We'll be back right after this pitching change. And welcome back. Brody Schessler now on the mound. Yashudi pitching 2/3 of an inning.
Not a great outing for him. 3 earned runs in the outing. Brody Gadberry now had 2 on the night. 2 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Schessler steps in with runners on first and second. 2 outs.
And Malpiton stepping in here for the Chargers. Schessler gives his first pitch, which will be called strike. Loeck off a second and Bach off a first for Schessler. The pitch in the dirt, wild pitch, and it will move the runners along. And Schessler's second pitch goes wild. Steps back in the mound with his 1-1 count. Winds up to deliver. Great pitch there, and it'll be called strike 2.
Schessler pounds his own. He throws very hard. topping it at about 86 miles an hour.
The 1-2. Speaking of 86, called strike 3 to end the inning for Brody Schessler. First batter is a strikeout.
He quickly got his job done. Kentridge scores 4 earned runs in the inning. Total score now is 5-0. Chargers have the lead heading into the 6th.
Welcome to the top of the 6th inning. Santiago Herrera leading things off for the Wolves. And Beckham Gerber now on the mound for the Kentridge Chargers. No runs for Nazareno. The first pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Swung on and ripped foul towards the Chargers dugout. And it's going to be 1-1 quickly. The 1-1 is called strike 2 on the outside corner. Honestly, I have not seen something called that far outside yet today. So that is definitely different. Herrera in his 1-2. Swing and a rip out to deep left field. That one is going back, and it's going to drop down, and it's going to get over the wall for a ground rule double to lead off the inning for the Wolves.
Now Captor will step in with a runner on second. First going on and missed. Here is a stretch in the 0-1. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. Thrown, pulls him off the base, and Captor will get on. Baca with the throwing error. Now Wofford will step in. Santi stayed at second on the hit, not wanting to run into an out. First pitch is lined to right field. Could be trouble. It's caught, and Santi has to get back to the base without tagging.
Now batting third base, number 6, Mason Williams.
Mason Williams is really due for a base hit here, and it would be a pretty big one, especially if he can get catcher to score. Gerber comes set. The stretch and the pitch. Ball 1 in the dirt. The 1-0 is taken for strike 1. Gerber comes set. The 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Mason Williams falls behind. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Now we have a 2-2 count here with runners on first and second and 1 away for Williams. The 2-2 pitch from Gerber. Line drive, and it's down for a base hit. That will load the bases. Baca cuts it off and holds it. And now Nolan Bain is up with bases loaded and 1 away.
This is Nolan Bain's second time tonight with a chance with bases loaded.
Except this one has a different pressure going on right now. Down 5 runs instead of 1. So now he's looking to cut the lead to hopefully 3 or 2. The pitch from Gerber.
That one is caught by the third baseman.
On the ground,
down the
bad
plate of the plate
throw.
where he will be out. 2 down in the 6th.
Baca almost recreated his throw over to first base, pulling the catcher, making him jump up away in the air.
Now, Anthony Flashy will step in with the bases loaded.
Last time he had this same
And a
opportunity.
great catch by third base catch.
Last time he had the same opportunity, but they took his bat and gave it to Caden Jones, and he did not prove himself. So now Flashy will step in with an 0-1. 2 away here in a 5-0 game. The pitch from Gerber. Way outside, ball 1.
You know, pretty off topic, but I've seen 2 great catches and fielding percentage, and a 1,000 fielding percentage from third base coaches today. That's a random sight you never find. Flashy fouls one off, and almost another great play, but it's fielded by the third base coach again. My goodness.
Gerber is up to 16 pitches, not off to the same pace as the first pitcher for the Chargers. The wind up and the 1-2 to Flashy. Outside, ball 2.
Flashy settling in here with a 2-2 count now. Beckenberg looking to get out of this inning.
Just about an hour and 40 minutes so far in the game.
And Flashy pops one up back this way, and it will get over the wall.
Out of play.
It seemed like the catcher caught it, but it did hit the net first, so that is out of play. He has to catch it on the fly without any assistance from any fences.
Wolves doing a great job running up Gerber's pitch count. He's at 18 so far.
He did open this inning, so he is 2/3 through.
The wind up in the 2-2.
Flashy hits one softly up the middle, and a diving catch by Owen Finlayson. It is really a catch, and my goodness, what a play from Finlayson to end the inning. His crew will be talking about that one all night. But that will end the top of the sixth. The Chargers still up 5-0. The Wolves leave 3 on base. Bottom of the sixth inning here. Wolves down 5-0. Brody Schessler back on the mound, and Landon Todd will be in to begin the inning. Chargers might look to extend their lead here in the sixth. First pitch from Schessler. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Todd is 2 for 2 today. And on the 0-1, it is a fastball in the dirt. And home plate umpire goes to talk to Brody Schessler for a reason we may not know ever.
Letting him pick a new ball, most likely. The double from Herrera most likely would have been a home run at South's home field. How it's about? Because it's about 10, 15 feet shorter all around.
I think plenty of these fly balls would have been out at Elton Goodwin Field. Schessler steps back onto the mound. Landon Todd back in the box. The pitch. Foul tip. And that will be strike 2. One, 2 to Landon Todd is going to be fouled off again. Another 1-2. A drop curveball. What a pitch for strike 3.
Amazing pitch for Schessler. That's his second strikeout now. Todd is now 2 for 3 on the day.
And that will bring in Donovan Lopez. Lopez is 0 for 1 today. And that one is low, called strike 1.
Lopez looks like he's afraid to swing off Brody Schessler.
Velocity like that, I'd understand it. The 0-1. Up high at his hands. Pitch to Donovan Lopez again is low and in the dirt. The 2-1 delivery. Way up high. Makes its way over to the backstop. It's going to be a 3-1 count to Donovan Lopez on this next pitch. Brody Schessler up to 12 pitches.
Hopefully he can battle back and give him a strike. Blow another fastball by him. 3-1, can't find the zone. That's ball 4.
Lopez with a walk will bring it back to the top of the lineup with Egan Sugimoto. Sugimoto had a run going all the way around in his last time up. Made his way on a passed ball. He's 0 for 2 on the day, however. And a fake pickoff attempt from Schessler scares Lopez back to the base. Flashy waiting for any pickoff, and another fake from Schessler. And second base umpire is going to call this one a balk.
Brody Schessler stepped towards home plate instead of stepping back off the rubber.
You begin to wonder if a fake throw was really the way. So Lopez makes his way to second. Sugimoto back in the box. Schessler delivers. Low, and a pitch that might have been called strike 1 originally is not called strike 2 this time around. Or strike 1, my apologies. But it's going to be a 1-0 count. Schessler sets. Checks the runner again. And timeout called by Egan Sugimoto. Sets back in. Schessler sets and checks the runner again. Checks again. And delivers a ball in the dirt. Castro started getting jumpy like he wanted to throw down to second. A very risky move that would be.
Yeah, if that ball gets by him, runner's for sure getting to third, maybe even scoring.
Schessler delivers again. And another ball in the dirt, but he's stealing, and he will be chased around, but tagged out at third. Tagged wide by Mason Williams for the second out of this inning.
The delayed steal did not fool the Wolves even one bit. Quick Castro threw it straight down.
Lopez thought he'd get away with a little cops and robbers action. So now, Egan Sugimoto with no one on base. The delivery from Schessler is in there for strike 1. Saving his 4-pitch walk. It is now 3-1. Delivers, and a ball in the dirt to walk Sugimoto again. And now coming up will be Owen Finlayson. Finlayson 0 for 3 on the day with a couple walks. And a fake pickoff attempt leads to another balk for Brody Schessler, sending Sugimoto to second. He has to stop that fake throw. They're going to begin calling him on it every time.
Now Coach Kenyon has a word with the umpire and argues it.
So now Sugimoto leading off at second base. Takes another step out. First pitch to Finlayson is up high for a ball. Got the off speed a little too early. Ball in the dirt for Schessler. It'll be 2-0. Schessler sets and checks the runner a few times. Delivers. That one is ripped up the middle. A jump by Herrera will not get there, and it will be going for a double. And Sugimoto is sent home in a double for Owen Finlayson. And the Chargers take the lead here in the 6th, 6-0.
Great 2-out RBI double right there.
And the Chargers celebrating yet another run for their squad. Owen Finlayson now 1 for 4 on the day. And that will bring up Teen O'Brien. who himself is 1 for 3. 2 outs for Schessler. Finlayson off of second. Schessler waits a little longer this time around and steps off.
No block called on that one when he stepped off cleanly.
I thought that might have been imminent once he slowed down his set. And a quick delivery now. Should be outside. Finlayson does not make any attempts. Count will be 1-0 to Tino Ryan, sorry. Schessler waits. And time is called by Tegan O'Brien.
I don't think Schessler had any intention of pitching that one. Either he stepped off or the batter stepped out.
Umpire did call time on the batter.
Brody Schessler comes set.
Checks the runner. Looks for a pick, and Finlayson will be back in there safely. I would imagine that O'Brien takes time just to keep his timing straight. Not wanting that slow set to make him go early.
Schessler's 1-0 offering.
Tipped into the glove of Castro, but it is 1-1. Schessler looks to second again, pitches, and checks his swing. O'Brien did not go around. It is 2-1.
Appeared to be the right call. Looks like Lee and Barnhart warming up in the bullpen. Not for sure on that. It's very far away.
The pitch to O'Brien is fouled off back and way out of play.
That is Lee and Barnhart out there in the bullpen. Schessler's offering.
Off-speed pitch looked like it could have been called, but it was not.
Great location, but he does not get the strike call.
And we settle in here with a full count to Tegan O'Brien. Plenty of pitches this at-bat.
Schessler comes set, and here's the payoff pitch. Ball 4 outside.
And Brody Schessler walks Tegan O'Brien, and there are 2 runners on base for the Chargers here in the 6th. And Manny Harris will step in. 0 for 3. And Brody Schessler appearing to be taking his time being on the mound here. And
the Chargers will get a courtesy runner out there. And their catcher will get a breather on the bench and get some time to get his gear back on.
Number 8, Matthias Lopez.
And Matthias Lopez coming into courtesy run again for the Chargers, as Manny Harris will step in here. And that one's inside and a pass ball behind Coy Castro that will advance both runners into scoring position for Kentridge.
Schessler's wind up and 1-0 offering in there for a strike. One is low in the dirt. Coy Castro stops that.
That one is called, a late called strike 2.
Great spot for Brody Schessler. Schessler takes his time. The wind up and the 2-2 offering.
Swung on and fouled straight back.
That one stays in play, but it is hit right back into the net.
Brief moment as home plate umpire gets some more balls. And Brody Schessler facing Manny Harris for another 2-2. And time called. The enemy is set for another 2-2. Swinging strike 3, and that will end the inning. Another strikeout for Brody Schessler.
As that finishes the 6th inning, the Wolves have one more chance to either score 6 runs to tie or 7 to take the lead. We'll be back.
And we are in the top of the 7th, where Coy Castro will lead off, where the Wolves have their final 3 outs.
Lime Brennan will take the mound for the Chargers, and the Wolves here looking to score 6 runs to tie. We have Coy, who is the bottom of the lineup, and then Carson Purrier will take things at the top.
And Tully Fry is in the hole.
Speedy
on deck.
Speedy catcher comes up. The first pitch to Castro.
High.
Ball 1.
Ball 1. 6-0 Chargers here in the 7th. Wolves looking for anything they can get.
Castro.
And a swing, and it is over to second baseman Dweck. He steps off the base, but Sugimoto gets back there in time.
Very hard hit ball.
Seemed to just be a bad throw that slipped him off the base.
Top of the order now for the Wolves.
Courier stepping in. Off speed drops in there for strike 1. Another pitch is going to be dropped in the dirt. Another off speed here from Lamborino. And Courier's in a 1-1 count. Tommy Fry on deck. Another ball in the dirt, 2-1.
Carson Purrier learned from his last at-bat, and he will not chase those low ones. He was very, very anxious for a base hit there.
That one's up. Purrier looks to dodge, but it is called for strike 2. And
strike zone might be opening, especially here in the last inning.
The 2-2 from Lamborena to Purrier is a check swing that he did not go around. Close to the zone, very close to the zone. Full count to Carson Purrier. And to bring out Tommy Fry was something to look for. Pitch from Lamborena. Swinging strike 3, and the Wolves are down to their final out. And Tommy Fry will come in. Lamborena looking to get this final out for the Chargers.
8 pitches and 2 quick outs. Very efficient. Ground out and then a strikeout from the top of the order. A leadoff hitter, Carson Purrier.
Tommy Fry bunts. It's popped up, and it's going to be caught by Lamborena, and that will end this ballgame.
Great win for the Chargers here tonight. They took a 6-0 win on the Wolves. Was not the Wolves' best night. South Kitsap on the loss. Good outing today for Brody Gadberry. But Kentridge still pulled through.
And as a reminder, the Kentridge Chargers will be facing the winner of tonight's game in the Olympia Bears versus the Puyallup Vikings, and they will face them tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the South Kitsap High School Video Production baseball showing, our first ever mobile baseball game. I've been Zach Anderson.
I've been Russ Bass. We'll see you next time.